Close your eyes. Try to smell danger before you see it. You cannot. Not anymore. But your ancestors could. They could smell a predator from hours away. They could feel a storm building through their skin before a single cloud appeared in the sky. They could hear a twig snap 50 feet into the dark and know instantly whether it meant food or death. These were not superpowers. They were survival tools sharpened over millions of years by one simple brutal rule. Miss a signal, and you might not get a second chance. Think about what that actually required of a human body. A nose capable of separating the scent of a nearby fire from the scent of a predator's fur in the same breath of air. Skin sensitive enough to register a shift in air pressure long before the sky began to darken. Ears trained since infancy to sort every rustle and every distant call into a single binary category. Safe or not safe. The speed of that sorting was not a skill they practiced. It was something evolution carved into them over tens of thousands of generations because the ones who sorted slowly did not pass their genes on. Researchers studying modern hunter-gatherer societies have found people who can track animals through disturbances in soil and vegetation so subtle they are completely invisible to an untrained eye. Not because these people have different biology, because they have spent their entire lives inside an environment that demanded their senses work at full capacity every single day. Your body still has the same architecture, the same nose, the same skin, the same ears, the same nervous system built to receive all of that information. But something changed, and it was not your biology. It was your environment. Somewhere between the first controlled fire and the first walled village, the world stopped trying to kill you every second of every day. Shelter meant you no longer needed to smell a predator approaching at night. Fire kept teeth and claws at a distance. Communities meant more eyes watching for danger, so no single pair needed to be perfect. And senses like muscles follow one simple principle. Use them or lose them. The brain is not loyal to any particular ability. It is loyal to efficiency. Regions once devoted entirely to interpreting smell or tracking peripheral movement do not stay devoted when survival no longer depends on them. They get reassigned. The brain quietly redirects those resources toward whatever the current environment demands instead. Language, abstract thought, memory for information that has nothing to do with catching a scent on the wind. Your nose today has roughly the same number of receptors your ancient ancestors had. But the parts of your brain interpreting those signals have shrunk in comparison. The hardware is still there. The processing power behind it has been quietly redirected somewhere else. And so you traded raw instinct for something else entirely. Language meant you did not need to smell fear on another person. They could simply tell you they were afraid. Technology meant you did not need to read the sky. A weather forecast could do that for you. Comfort meant the alarm system built into your senses had less and less to actually alarm you about. This is why a sound that would have been instantly identified and dismissed by your ancestor can genuinely startle you today. It is why most people cannot feel an approaching storm until they see it. When for most of human history your skin would have told you first. It is not that your senses failed you. It is that the world stopped asking as much of them. There is a strange kind of grief in that if you sit with it. An entire sensory language refined over millions of years slowly going quiet not because it broke, but because the environment stopped calling on it. But here is what makes this genuinely strange. It has not disappeared. Studies on blind individuals show the brain can dramatically resharpen hearing and touch within months once necessity returns. People who spend extended time in real wilderness report their sense of smell and peripheral awareness returning faster and sharper than they expected, as if the old wiring was never disconnected, just switched off, waiting for something to switch it back on. The ancient sensory system your ancestors depended on is not extinct. It is dormant, sitting underneath the noise of modern comfort. Quieter now, less trusted, rarely called upon, but still there. Close your eyes again. Try to smell danger before you see it. You might not manage it today, but those senses are not gone. They are not lost. They are waiting, and all they have ever been waiting for is a world that needs them again.